There's nothing worse than losing via a doink. But unfortunately, our beloved Houston Texans, they fell to the Jacksonville Jaguars. 24-21 at NRG Stadium. And with the loss, they have probably missed out on a chance to win the AFC South, barring a collapse by Jacksonville. It's very disappointing. A disappointing way to come back from the Thanksgiving holiday. Thanksgiving's an interesting time. I went back to the place where I went to high school, St. Petersburg, Florida. And while I was there, met up with a person I'd been dating this summer, just as friends. And I don't know if I can still say that now, but hey, sometimes in life, we have casual fun, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. The Houston Texans are casual fun. So to be something serious or worthy of all the casuals showing up early at NRG Stadium instead of fashionably late the way that they are, Sunday was a reminder that they need some more work. This roster just needs a lot more help to be more serious. And we're not talking about the kind of work that you can, as the kids say, do on yourself. How many times have I heard that as a 34-year-old single male? Paul, you need to take some time to work on yourself. No, that's temporary. Or it just never happens. The Texans need some full-on augmentation. We've done this before, haven't we? We've talked about the Texans needing some bolt-ons or perhaps a BBL. They need help. That's what Sunday was a reminder of. And you can talk about the refs all you want. We'll talk about the referees a little bit later. But they've still got a ways to go in this rebuild, which has been a lot of casual fun to this point. I know there's been a lot of focus on the secondary. The secondary struggled. And yeah, there were some spotty calls against Steven Nelson specifically. That holding call, I don't agree with it. But maybe they were calling a hold on Tavier Thomas, who was holding a Jaguars receiver within frame of that. Tavier Thomas had a horrible day. And when 3 of your 4 leading tacklers are defensive backs, it's generally a sign that your defensive backs have been either 1, slow in coverage, 2, slow in pursuit, 3, are giving too much cushion. They got beat. And the Jaguars had a lot of yards after the catch in this game. Then we've got the defensive line. Trevor Lawrence and his pretty hair, not ruffled at all. 2 pressures. I was stunned by that. After the game, taking a look at the stat sheet, 2 pressures by the Texans defensive line. The offensive line, there's another injury. Looks like Titus Howard's going to be out for the rest of the year based off of him getting carted off the field. We finally got to see second-round pick Juice Scruggs. But that offensive line had been pretty good the last couple of weeks. It did not look good even while Titus Howard was in the game. The Jaguars laid siege to C.J. Stroud, who was making something out of nothing the majority of this one. Still ended up getting sacked 4 times. The running game, the Texans clearly didn't feel confident in it. C.J. Stroud was their leading rusher, and he felt, you could tell, the need to do everything. 3.8 seconds time to throw. That's the longest by him all year. Sunday was a reality check that the 2023 Houston Texans are casual fun. I think we all knew that. We've been enjoying it. But, you know, when we get into that criticism of how the crowds at NRG Stadium, and honestly, all Houston sporting events are late arriving, I kind of get it. They're casual fun. You're not bringing them home to the parents. No, this is a 12 a.m. you up text. That's who they are right now. Hopefully it changes over time, but they still have a lot of work to do. I think Sunday was a pretty stark reminder of that. They need a lot of help in the trenches, it's unfortunate because they have already paid a lot for their offensive line, but the defensive line needs more, and their secondary is probably going to need more. And I think come draft time in March, that's what we're going to be talking about as we get closer and closer to it. Free agency as well. Are they going to bring in a defensive back of some sort? Nothing wrong with being casual fun. There's nothing wrong with that, Sean Mapes behind the glass. Casual fun is fun.
Thank you for giving me permission
to have casual fun.
Yes, thank you.
Listen, it's 2023. Live free. Be a lover.
Yeah, live every day, laugh every day, love every day.
Oh, now that does sound like the kind of basic thing that you'd find on the wall at a Karen's house, but hey.
Or my grandma's house on Thanksgiving.
My dad's girlfriend's house.
I did see a sign. I was like, live, laugh, huh? Wow. They really do sell these, huh?
My dad's girlfriend, who is wonderful, has a lot of like the wine signs, you know. It's wine o'clock. And you know what? I agree with her. It's always wine o'clock. I had a great Thanksgiving in Florida. St. Petersburg is a beautiful place. Had a great time with my dad, despite him being a actual kitchen Nazi. Jesus Christ. I mean, if only my dad was out there running the defense for the Texans on Sunday. It's not to say that like D'Amico Ryans isn't capable of coaching, but my dad, control freak that he is. I mean, he was directing the troops, and he did a pretty good job with the turkey, got to say. But I didn't get to talk to him for 2 days, and every single time I came into the kitchen, I got yelled at. A little intimidating, you know? Just a little bit intimidating. But the casual fun is fun, and that's what the Texans are, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that's what they are. We all have to agree on that front. Because, look, here's the other thing. As we take a look at this season, they struggled against Bryce Young. Frank Reich just got fired today. That's how bad the Panthers have been. And you can blame that on the coaches all you want, but, I mean, Bryce Young has kind of stunk. They made Bryce Young look good. Like, that's the one win of the year for the now coachless Carolina Panthers. Desmond Ridder and the Falcons, they beat you. The Buccaneers, they made it close. I mean, they've struggled against teams like the Colts and Gardner Minshew. And by the way, season ends today. You are looking up in the AFC South at the Indianapolis Colts because you lost that game earlier. And in that game on Sunday, Jacksonville's what? The third best team in the AFC? I mean, they're good.
Is it them and the Dolphins for the third best team in the AFC?
I think, Sean, I'd take the Dolphins because they're scarier because of the big play potential.
Because the Dolphins can still just roll bad teams.
Right. And the Dolphins can catch the football, which the Jaguars can't.
That helps.
The Jaguars had 5 drops, at least in this game. I mean, it could have been worse yesterday. I saw a lot of Jaguars fans were in my mentions because I don't think I don't think Trevor Lawrence is better than CJ Stroud. I don't. I think Stroud played better than Lawrence on Sunday. Lawrence is what, like the 7th, 6th best quarterback in the AFC? So the Jaguars should have won this game by a lot more. They had that failed 4th down at the 1-yard line where Desmond King made a great tackle. But this was a game that could have been worse for the Texans. And it's just a reminder that this year is a year of casual fun. So if you're going to get guilt tripped by some people out there, which I was guilty of, I think, a little bit ago, I kind of get it now. You don't show up early for casual fun. And this game gets flexed this coming Sunday against the Broncos to noon. And I'm supposed to believe that this is for a wider audience. Now I got to drive back from Fredericksburg? Fredericksburg. Okay, Sean. I'm going to a bachelor party in Fredericksburg this coming weekend. Now I got to drive back early. Good luck with that. I doubt I'm going to make it on time to NRG Stadium. So thanks a lot, NFL, for caring about yours truly. A real steward of the game here. Yeah, you guys don't care about me, huh? It's all about me, and you should have talked to me about it. Whatever. It's fine. Look, that's a do or die game. And, you know, with casual fun, every day can be the greatest day of your life. Every game is the biggest game of the season. Sunday was the biggest game of the season for the Texans. Guess what? This coming Sunday, biggest game of the season for the Houston Texans. But you don't have to show up early. I am giving you the pass. There's going to be a lot of people that are criticizing you today and saying you should have shown up early. Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not. Just show up at the end. The end's still fun. Stay in the parking lot. Kick a few back at the tailgate. You don't have to go in early. They're still fun. You're still going to enjoy yourself, but you don't need to be there for the first quarter. Come on, you're fine. Leave the stadium empty. What, the crowd noise is going to win the game in the first quarter? No. The Texans are casual fun. Nothing wrong with casual fun. Casual fun is fun.
Yeah, no, this is definitely... It's also a situation where it's like, are we going to get on Houston fans for not showing up early?
No, I'm not
showing up. No, I'm just saying, not like the wider audience. Are we going to, like, is this going to be a thing, like, for what, week 12 NFL regular season? When we were talking about this in the and all
2022?
all the 2010s Rockets playoff games. All the or a lot of the Astros recent playoff games. Like this is where we're gonna get on the Houston crowds for not showing up early to a noon kickoff against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I get AFC South implications. Weekend of Thanksgiving. There are championships being handed out, and it's spotty whether the Houston faithful will show up on time. Which again, I don't. It would be so hypocritical for me to get on the fan base for that, because I am the fan base. I do that. I never show up early to games.
Sean, Sunday was the earliest that I've shown up for a Texans game this season. Can you guess what time I got to the stadium at?
11:40.
Nope. Actually, 11:22.
Okay.
And then I had to wait for the coaches to go up in the press box for 15 minutes. So I should have shown up at 11:45. Outrageous. Look, we're not mad today, but you can be mad. I saw someone texting in. It's the first time in a while I've been mad about a Texans loss. And there are certainly things to be mad about. The defense let them down. But there are some limitations here, and I can't even really get mad about this loss, even though it was on the Texans for this L. And the Jaguars were trying to keep you in it.